Okay, just going to share my Camaro 67 build with you. Basically, there she is there. I've owned her since 2007 from importing it from the United States. I did a complete rebuild on it about 2 years ago, complete rotisserie rebuild. Since then, I've been building the engine a couple of times, chasing horsepower. I myself am an engine builder, so for those who don't know me, I've been building engines for 20 years. It started off as a 502. I've now stroked it to a 572 short deck. Previously, the car, the engine was put on the engine dyno on 2 different engine dynos because I like to confirm the figures. And the engine made 851 horsepower at 6.5 and 726 foot-pounds of torque at 5.4. Now this is a pump gas engine. Okay, now this engine is always run on pump gas, running 11.7 to 1 compression, and it runs a powerglide, 3/7 diff ratio, and a 4000 stall. It's never been 100% set up best for drag racing. It always has suffered on its 60 foot times because of that. Best 60 foot time I've seen it do is 1.53. It averages 1.56, 1.57. Last time we took her out with that engine combo, it ran basically 10.1 with the exhaust on and 9.9 with the exhaust off. The car is heavy. It does run a drop tank, twin 4-inch system, 9-inch. It weighs in at 3,800 pounds. With the exhaust and tank out, it runs in at 3,650 pounds. The car ran 138.6 mile per hour previous. I'm about to take it out tonight to see what it does with the new heads and intake. The only thing that's been changed on this car is heads and intake, so we'll see what it does. Anyway, just to show you a little bit more of the car, this is my interpretation of a pump gas build for a true street car that can be driven. This engine has been driven now for 2 years on the street, doing trips as long as 2 hours at a time. Runs perfectly well. It idles fairly well for a cam that is, I guess, moderately large. It's a 270 at 50. It's on an LS1 firing order. I like to be a little bit different, and I believe it makes them sound a little bit nicer. Okay, this is the heavily ported intake we had before, and with this small 2907 intake, as you can see, extensively ported. This is the one that made 851 horsepower. For those who think, oh, that's nothing much, for that particular intake on pump gas, I think that was pretty damn good. We'll have a look now. The heads we used before were Edelbrock 340cc's ported. We're now running the Super Victor intake, the latest version, which I believe Curtis had a hand in on that when it was being designed. And we're running same casting head, only now done by Curtis, Raceflow Development. So basically what I'm doing is I'm testing the car tonight to see how much better the car performs with Edelbrock, Victor, Curtis Bogues heads for my pump gas combo. As you can see, I'm running a SV1. Okay. So anyway, this is my little pride and joy. And we're going to drive it up to the track. It's an hour and 15 minutes to the quarter-mile track at Willow Bank here in Queensland. So we're going to go for a nice hourly drive, put it on the track and see what it does. Only thing I'll be doing is changing the rear tyres to slicks in hope to get some traction. Now for those of you that might be a bit sceptical, the engine's been re-dynoed at 923 horsepower on pump gas, and I know a lot of people have said even with my last combo it should have gone quicker, but you got to remember it's not 100% set up for drag racing. For one, with a powerglide in a heavy car, it should be running a much bigger stall. 4000 isn't really that big. Anyway, so she's a nice car, as you can see. very straight, very tidy, and she looks damn mean at the back. I designed the tank and got the tank made. As you can see, I'm running twin 4-inch pipes. Under the car, after the collectors, they start off as oval. Okay, they're an oval pipe, so better for ground currents. Then they go to a round pipe. The guy who did the exhaust, he's a bit of a magician. I supplied him with mufflers, but he did everything else. Exhaust Innovations, Capalabo in Brisbane. Okay, now what I'll do for you is I'm going to actually start this up so you can hear it, and you'll be surprised at how well it idles. It idles happily on 750 RPM. Yeah, a bit strange, but it does. Even cold, it'll idle. Now this is a true street combination. It's taken me a while to get a combination that works this well on the street and also performs quite well on the track. Okay, so let's start her up. Okay, inside we've got some nice bucket seats. Haven't completely finished the interior yet, even though it's been about 2 years since I built the car. It's always a work in progress. For any of you car guys, you know what I mean. Okay, all I've done is this morning is start the car to reverse out of my garage. So it's dead cold. As you can see, we've got air fuel ratio gauge, fuel pressure. I know it looks low, just ignore that. Clock and oil temp. Then you got your normal gauges for everything else. Okay, here it is cold, idling, under 1,000 RPM. Okay, does run a little bit lean at idle. I haven't completely adjusted the fuel mixtures, but when I put it in gear, it does come better in gear. Still a little bit to do on the tuning side. Okay. See, it's happy to idle on probably about 850 revs at the moment. It'll idle in gear just fine, and you can drive this thing for hours around town. Although it does chew a lot of fuel, that's probably the only reason I don't drive it more often. Okay, that's a Fausto's Performance Engines creation. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to the track tonight and we'll see what numbers we get. Thank you.